Flight 571, coming in hard and fast. Emergency, emergency. Something's coming in on our 6. It's impossible. Nothing moves that fast.
They came suddenly and without warning. Titans, marvels, supermen, men who flew on top of the clouds, women who danced on fire. The world shook at their sudden arrival. Even though we cannot say which strange twist of fate brought about the age of superhumans, we knew that the world would never be the same again. I know. I was there. I saw it all, and I was welcomed into the community of the heroes. I was accepted into the heart of the most wonderful woman in the world. But nothing perfect can last forever. There are always snakes in the garden.
Tragedy for the superhuman community today as America's sweetheart, Gravity Girl, was murdered in her home. Witnesses report a being of inky black dark performed the crime. The United States Superhuman Affairs Division is currently working under the suspicion that Gravity Girl was murdered. Gravity Girl was murdered by the wanted terrorist known as the Living Shadow.
After millions of dollars of property damage, dozens wounded, and 3 civilian fatalities accounted, the battle between Conduit and the Living Shadow ended. Victorious, Conduit addressed the gathered journalists.
I've killed now! Are you happy? You people aren't worth it.
The heroes were dying or abandoning us. The golden age had come to an end, and with it, hope died.
When he tried to touch you like that, when he wouldn't take no for an answer, that's when you use your powers?
Yeah.
Was it really necessary to freeze his testicles together?
I thought it was poetically ironic. He needed to cool off.
And the fact that he had to be rushed to the emergency room to get them chiseled apart means nothing to you?
Hey, it's not my fault he couldn't control himself.
No, it's not. But what is your fault is your own lack of control. Poetic justice isn't always true justice.
Yeah, he was a real saint.
That's not the point. Instead of running away and calling for help, you risk crippling a man because he had too much to drink. If you're not careful someday, you're going to kill someone. And I trust you don't want that on your conscience. It's a question of using your powers responsibly.
So that's it, huh?
Hey, you tell me.
It's a healing gland from a superhuman. You may be very well holding a gift of cancer in your hands there.
Have you ever read Spider-Man?
No. Comics are for little kids?
I think you'd be surprised by how wrong you are.
I don't understand.
I'm talking about morality, please.
I'm just a courier, right?
Well, if it isn't Fletcher Graft.
Chiaroscuro!
The reason I mentioned Spider-Man is because one of the most important things from the lexicon of the book is the lesson that with great power comes great responsibility. A lesson you could stand to learn yourself, I think.
I'd given you more credit than this.
No offense, guys, but I'm just paralytic. See ya.
Besides, I think it might appeal to a kid in your position.
Homework?
I think you'll like it better than geometry. Session's up. Same time next week, right?
Yeah, Doc. See ya.
You're wasting your time.
I'm giving you one chance. Give up.
Told you, you're wasting your time.
powers? Not very observant, Doc.
Chiaroscuro. What do you want? You know, the Superhuman Affairs Division isn't a fan of yours. They think you're a vigilante.
I am. And I didn't get into this to get fans.
Well, if you did, I'd informed my superiors already. But I think I understand what it is you do.
If anyone would, it's you.
So why here? Why now? What do you want?
I need your help. Whether you know it or not, you've helped me in the past. You saved my life.
What are you talking about? Who are you? Reggie? Reggie Bright?
I'm surprised you still remember me.
But you were that suicide attempt.
You had a bigger effect on me than you thought. You and that ridiculous comic book therapy.
I didn't know you were going to put on a mask and go fight crime.
I was always one for extremes.
Well, you've earned quite a reputation for someone without superpowers.
Yeah. Yeah, but everything changes.
God, what's happened to you? I've seen that before.
It's the same thing. The same power that Conduit had. I flew here. It took me a while to get the hang of it, but I flew here.
This doesn't make any sense. Conduit's power was celestial in nature. He was channeling a living energy. Like a lens. No one should have the same power. How did this happen?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me.
I can't. The only person I know of who could give you any answers is Conduit himself.
But he left Earth.
I never bought that story myself. I mean, could you just leave it all behind?
And there were all these rumors.
The Cleveland Light Show.
What?
Something the SAD heard about a few months ago. A display of lights that was very similar to what it used to look like when Conduit would battle people.
That wasn't on the news.
No, it wasn't.
You think he came back.
Or maybe he never left.
We need to find him.